Hello everyone, future Winter here. Editing Winter is looking for the sort of introduction clip of me explaining what the heck we're doing, and I can't find it. So I'm just gonna have to let you guys know what the heck is going on. So first of all, I want to say that don't do it. He did it. First of all, I want to say that I miss you guys a lot, and I'm just gonna have to talk like this for the rest of it. Don't look at me like that. I missed you guys, and yeah, it's been a month since I uploaded with all of the crazy stuff going on. I'm sure you can forgive me, and I hope you guys are all like doing okay, you're safe wherever you are in, you know, the country or the world. The whole pretense for this video is basically I am like homeschooled now, like everybody. If you didn't know already, I do go to college. I got my associate's degree at a community college, but I decided to go back full-time to get my bachelor's, and this was coincidentally my first semester back in school, and half of it we're finishing online. So what happened in my case was we had our week of spring break, and then halfway through that week my school sent out an email saying, hey, we're extending spring break another week. And then in that second week, they basically told everybody, we're going to online classes when we come back, and it looks like we're not gonna be coming like back to school for the whole rest of the semester. I am fortunate enough that I'm a commuter. So even though my commute is like an hour, for me, it was like kind of good to be doing, you know, online stuff, even though like a bunch of my classes weren't even offered online, and now we have to do them online. But I really can't complain because I know there are students who like live on campus, and you know, they have to get sent home, and it just must have been like really scary for them. So if you're in that kind of situation, like my heart goes out to you, because it's just insane. I can't even like imagine that. Don't do it. He's gonna do it. No, not the plant. I feel like we're all on pause waiting for something to get better or something to get worse, just like something to happen, because at this moment in time everything is like closed. In America, it's not like a mandatory, you know, like lockdown, shutdown or anything. It's still just like strongly encouraged, but I know in some countries it's like you have to stay home. You know, it's like for your own good, but at the same time it's like this sucks, you know, you feel like you can't do anything. But anyway, so I just wanted to say before, like, you know, we get this video like started that be kind to one another. I feel like times like this brings out either the best in people or the worst, and I've seen some really nice things from people and companies, and I've also seen or heard about some really like not so nice things, but I feel like everyone is trying to do their best. And at this point, there's really, that's all you can do. You know, you just keep calm, stay safe, follow the rules, and, you know, find ways to occupy yourself, which brings me to this video. After my school announced that they were gonna go fully like online classes and stuff, they sent out a couple emails. It linked to an article about trying to find like normalcy in like this situation, and I think one of the most important things they talked about was to make a new schedule for yourself. A couple days leading up to the start of going back to school, I wrote myself out a new sort of schedule to try and, you know, stick to. So my bullet journal, I don't know if you remember this, but once I started getting into the routine of school, I didn't need to use it as much. In the beginning, it was really, really helpful, and thankfully I still have it because now I need to go back to it. I have a couple thought dumpy pages and just like a tentative schedule that I feel like I could stick to, but right now this is what this week looks like for me. It's kind of crazy, but like I said, I've never done like an hour by hour schedule before. I decided to try it. I think without the structure of knowing like I have to wake up at this time, leave my house by this time to get to my first class on this time, and then hour by hour is planned out from there, and then I can come home. You know, I needed to like recreate that in my own space. So this is what my first week looks like. Like I said, it's kind of crazy. There's a lot going on, but it'll get better. Next week will be hopefully look a little less insane, and I'm still just like trying to figure it out. So also my nails match my notebook. I've been on the schedule for a couple days now, and it is so far so good, going well. I definitely know where I need to adjust later on, but I'll let past Winter like talk about that and take you through her day I think that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about right now. If I miss anything, I'll just add it in later. Oh yeah, this video, it's not also just gonna be me doing my school routine. I'm also like really getting back into writing, so you will see a bunch of that later on. Without further ado, onto the video. Hope you guys like it. So now we are moving on to Spanish. Let me check. I think I did all of the activities where I'm not meeting today via Zoom, which is basically what all of my teachers who are doing like online stuff are moving to. My 8 o'clock class, he pre-records all of the lectures and then uploads them, so I just kind of like follow along as I would in class and like break it up that way because he's really consistent with his stuff. Yeah. Okay, so all of my stuff for Spanish is done. I don't have to do anything until tomorrow, so I'm gonna finish up the homework for my accounting class. Typically after my 9 o'clock class, I give myself a little break before my 11 o'clock class, so I might end up taking that a little bit early. I'm getting kind of hungry, so maybe I'll just take a little longer of a break. Normally, I would just keep this as like a montage-y type deal, but I am starving for conversation, so I'm just gonna talk to you. Ignore the extreme cloudiness and like weirdness that's going on in here. I'm not sure what it is. I've done water tests and stuff, and the water is fine, the fish is fine, the snails are fine. There's a little bit of algae down here, but it's not like crazy. The only thing I can think of is it's the the only thing I can think of is it's the driftwood just doing its thing, so it's fine. So as far as like writing and stuff is going, it's going pretty well. Basically, after I finished reading the like what I had written so far for the sequel to Thick as Blood, I just kind of jumped right in writing wise, just feeling like really inspired now that I don't really have a lot to do. I did a lot of reading the first week of isolation. Bro, stop, you're insane. Get out of here. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm moving out of this house in a couple months. I'm not moving like out like on my own. I'm still living with my family, but we're basically getting like a new house. We're having it built, and I'm really excited for that. It's gonna be really cool. When we first move in, I'm gonna have just like a regular room like this, and then throughout like the rest of the year, we're gonna finish the basement because we have a basement now, and I'm gonna live in the basement. So I am never moving out of my parents' house. How you doing? You good?
Biggest problem. All right, everybody, lock the doors. Turn off the lights. Pretend you're not here.
What?
Great start. I can't tell you. You have to tell me. I don't have.
Alrighty. For my 11 a.m. class, I have, it's like a Zoom conference call. I feel like I'm kind of fortunate because so far all of my classes that require you to have like a webcam or whatever aren't classes that I necessarily like take a lot of notes in, because I usually take all of my notes on my Surface Pro. Here, I'll bring it down. Yeah, so I usually just take my notes on here. This has the webcam, and then my desktop computer does not have a webcam. All right, looks like we are starting.
So we're gonna dive into African art today. I do.
I really want to like go outside and like walk or something, but it is cold and I can't tell if it's raining or if it's just windy. I'm so sick of the cold. Ugh. So technically, I guess I'm done for the day, school-wise. Well, like class meeting-wise, I'm done, but I still have some work I want to do for one of my classes, and then I need to meet up later with my group. Let's look at the schedule. Basically, the break I give myself right now is a couple hours. At 3 o'clock is when I like get back to work, and that's pretty much the same for every day because my 11 o'clock class is basically like my last one for the day. I don't have like later classes, so I give myself like an afternoon break, and then I work again for a couple hours, and then I try and get done by like 5 at the absolute latest. It just, I guess, depends on how much work I need to do, but I think allotting certain times for myself, be like, all right, no matter what, even if you don't have, you know, like 2 hours worth of work, you're gonna start working again at 3. So for now, I am just gonna go outside, and then when I get back, we'll figure out what we're gonna tackle next. It's the Great Goose Migration. Alright, so I still have a couple hours before I need to settle down and do my homework for the day. So I think I'm just gonna chill a little bit. And okay, here's the thing. Normally around this time I do a couple of different things. So either I'll go for a bike ride, which takes like an hour, or I'll go for a walk, I guess. I will read, not necessarily write. So for me, like, I'm most productive in the early morning. That's when I'm like the most focused and I'm like good to go. And then afternoon I kind of drift off a little bit and just like do whatever. But then come, you know, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, I get really like creative, and that's when I do a lot of my writing and stuff like that. So saving that for later on today. Right now I'm just gonna do some like mind-numbing thing. I have been re-obsessed with The Sims. Once the world started like falling to pieces and like a bunch of like companies and stuff got really nice, they put on sale a bunch of the packs that I wanted to get, so I grabbed like a bunch of those. So I've just been playing The Sims like a lot, just kind of like getting into it, because it's like the best time waster ever. So yeah, just gonna play The Sims a little bit, and then I will check in later. So it's about to go on 3 o'clock. Figured I might as well just get down to it. I don't know if I'll finish all of the work for this class today, just because I think my group is meeting via Zoom at like 4. So we'll see how much I get done and then what I feel like doing after that. I have until like the end of the week to do all this stuff for this class. Gonna get down to reading the rest of the book and then doing the activities if I get to them. And yeah. Cowboys in the city doing cowboy stuff, and then city boys in the country doing city boy stuff. Yeah, okay. Like I don't know, but it would be cool to invent a pair of waterproof jeans. All right, just finished the conference call with my group. Went really well. I don't think we're gonna fail this class. I literally did everything I needed for my hybrid course. Like all the homework and stuff is done, the reading is done. I just need to take the quiz. I kind of just want to knock it out now so I don't have to worry about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick, and then we will get into after school activities. Probably gonna eat in a bit, have dinner. It's raining again. Gosh, I just want it to be summer. I really don't feel like reading my book. It's kind of depressing, to be honest. I don't feel like writing just yet. Or I could watch some YouTube. Let me look at my schedule. Let me see what I have to do, actually. Handy dandy notebook, don't fall. I have you like teetering precariously. Did that, check. All right, so technically I don't even have to do anything. See, this is the problem. It's like when you run out of like things to do, you just end up doing nothing, or at least I do, unless I tell myself like you're gonna do this, this, and this. So I think I'm probably just gonna chill till like 7, I want to say, and then yeah, that seems good. I'm actually at a really good spot in my story. Might as well talk about it a little bit now. I'm not quite at the climax yet. My main character is getting like closer with another character that was introduced in this book, and this is like the first like bout that they're actually like spending like one-on-one time together, and they did not start out like with like a good relationship. Basically they just came from like 2 different worlds and were just like butting heads from the very moment they met, but now they're kind of forced to spend some time together and sort some things out, and she's about to have a really good like realization, and she's really about to like come into her own, and I'm very proud of her. I don't know, I think this book is gonna push 100k like words, like 100,000 words. I have never in my life written a story with 100,000 words. I'm an underwriter, you know, so for me this is a lot. I'm definitely gonna have to do some reworking, and I'm actually excited about that. I like editing way more than writing. Probably talked about that before, but yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. The beginning is kind of shaky. The beginning was always shaky. I always knew it was shaky. I always knew I wasn't really into it. Who's emailing me? And I don't know if it's a matter of me reworking it, or I have this crazy idea in the back of my head is to just scrap the whole thing and start the story much later on, but you lose some of that like really like juicy stuff. I don't know, it's another thought for another time. That's a little bit of an update on my story. I'll probably talk a little bit more about it later on, but for now I'm just gonna chill. It's like rainy and gross outside. Maybe I'll light like a tropical candle. I am sorry if you are crooked, I cannot tell. I don't even know if I'm in focus, to be honest. So I'm in bed. I always write in bed, and then I edit like at a computer, at a desk, or like at a table or something. I don't know, it's just like 2 different mindsets I have to get into. So creative stuff typically always happens, you know, here. Currently the manuscript is sitting at 71,197 words. I haven't really been setting like goals for myself writing. Typically when I do write though, I always try and make it through a scene. This scene in particular that I left off last time I wrote, which I think was either yesterday or the day before yesterday. It's a really long scene, and it's kind of like 2 scenes segueing into each other like seamlessly, so I kind of stopped when things were starting to rev up. So I'm going to finish out this scene hopefully tonight. No idea how long it's going to take me. My current obsession is Oliver Tree. Shout out if you listen to him too. His first album is coming out like this week or next week, and I cannot wait. Future Winter Here Again just found out that his album was canceled, so, and yeah, just gonna get right into it and see what I can write. All right, that was exciting. Now, it's not normal, or no, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not often that I deviate from my outline. However, I think this was really necessary because this whole sort of string of subplot really wasn't as fulfilling as I knew it could be. Like when I was writing out the outline, this subplot that I'm sort of not really wrapping up, but definitely just putting like a pin in because some like catalyst, I guess, just occurred, and it was not planned, but this character needed it. I wrote 1,737 words, which is pretty good. I really got into it. Yeah, this is just taking a turn, and I feel like I knew what I wanted to happen in this book, right? I just needed to know how to get there. I had like the big overall story in mind. When I started writing my sort of rough outline, I basically just put in everything that I could think of, knowing that I would take some of it out, or if something wasn't working, that I would change it as I went. And that definitely happened in this part here, because this scene wasn't supposed to get as confrontational as it did. It was too, like, nice. It was painting a picture of this character that was, like, not too nice, because he's not a nice person, but just, like, too clean, I guess. And I wanted to dirty this person up, like, as much as humanly possible. So I think I did a good job with that. As far as scenes go, I don't have that many left before, like, the end. So my first outline that I'm going off of is, I call it like the rough outline. It's not pretty like my other outlines are. This one is basically just like chunks of text, just trying to get all my thoughts out. Once I finish this rough draft, I'm gonna go back and do a proper outline, updating necessary changes and making new changes. Yeah, the next couple scenes I put in, not so much because they're necessary, but because I thought I might need them. So I might not even do some of these. I forgot about this scene. Ooh, that's dark. That's a good one. Sorry. There's only so much I can actually like tell you because I don't want to spoil anything, but the next big scene with this character that I just finished up will actually still work, even though I wasn't planning on what happened to just happen. That's dumb. I don't want that. I will do this scene because it's cute. What is this? Oh my god. I just confused two characters and I was like, this isn't supposed to happen. Okay, this could work. I can make that one work. This is a good scene. Ooh, I want this scene. This one's cute. It's kind of like fluffy, like it doesn't mean a lot. Yeah, we don't want that. I'm gonna have to move this scene up. It's kind of like happening way after the fact. Ooh, okay, and then we're in the climax. Okay, so I only have like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to get like stingy. Like I've never had to do this before. I've never had to like cut back, but I feel like they're just, see, I feel like this book has like too much going on, which really sucks. But I don't know. It's hard to gauge how something is paced and if you have too many things going on, because this is like a really hectic time for Charlotte, like in her life. There's different elements of every little like subplot that are really important to like the overall story, but I want to flesh out these subplots as much as possible. You know, I don't want to make them just like passing once and then it's never brought up again. So I've never really had to balance this out. I don't typically have this many characters that I have to take care of, and I feel like I want to do them all justice. I think I'm gonna end up writing out all of these scenes, knowing that I will have to cut some of them. If anything, I might actually be able to move some of them to the third book, which will be the final book in the trilogy, because that's what a trilogy is. I mean, I know how the series ends overall. I know the main things that need to get done, but I feel like I need to move some of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? The number of scenes that I need to write to say I'm done is 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, 13, 14, 18. Oh, that's hard. 19. That's a weird way to end it. Okay, 19 more scenes tentatively. Will not be actually 19, but I think I do want to write them all out just to confirm whether or not I'm gonna need them at the end, or when I go back and, you know, trim some stuff, I'll know like the information that is put into each one, and if I need to put that information elsewhere, I can. But anyway, so right now I'm sitting at 72,926 words, so we're just gonna say 73,000 words. It is now 10 o'clock, which means it's almost my bedtime, which means I am gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. I have no idea how long this video is gonna be, but like I said earlier on today, I have not had like a real conversation with somebody who wasn't a family member in like a very long time. Thank you for conversating with me, and I hope this video wasn't too like boring or whatever, and I hope it inspires you to create a routine of your own, because it's just like a crazy time. Hope you guys are all safe, and it was good catching up. So hopefully I'll see you guys soon now that I'm back writing. Thank you for watching. All the links to my stuff will be down below as always, and yeah, I'll see you soon.